Wake up, goddammit!
Hey gang, Tuesday. Here's what's happening. It's Yergs. This is Up the Middle in the Mastiff Media Network on Radio X Country, Radio X Gold out of Perth, Australia, WZQR, Pineland, Florida, DNR Studios at dnrstudios.com, and the DNR Cast app, the Biz Growth Collective, Twitter, K-Shop, KSHP 1400 AM and 1071 FM Las Vegas, Right Talk Radio, Rainbow Radio, Yergs Radio, Forward Radio, and the rest of the Mastiff Media Network. Well, fallout from the weekend. Here's what's happening, and it all has something to do with the weekend, and it all has something to do with the fact that in so many cases, I told you so. I told you so. World War III, remember that? Let's get centered here. Trying to not have, I guess I got to do it like that. I got to figure out the camera and how it focuses automatically on certain things. So it focuses on me for a change. But I still want to have the microphone, the flag, this tan part here, this thing. For the obvious, who's texting me now? Carlos. I'm on the air, buddy. Good morning. Listen to the show. Let's give him to Forward Radio. Radio. Forward.radio. That's one of them. There's 5 that we've got now, although I haven't had a chance to fix the connection to the sports, but we don't have any sports shows right now, so that's fine. Here's what's happening. Don't forget to like, share, bookmark, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Set an alarm. I have 27 alarms that go off during the day. 28 on Thursdays. Because I have an alert. Remember that 8 a.m. call that I keep telling you about? I have an oh shit alarm that goes off at 10 of 8 my time. So that if I miss the other 3 or 4 that go off in the area of 7:25 to 7:35, this one's a loud one of those. So that if I did sleep in, like I did today, till about 9:30, it will wake me up and I'll go, okay, I got to go. Call in 10 minutes. Pretend to look alive. We're not going to have coffee in time, but we'll be on the call. Don't forget to set that alarm. Share, bookmark. I'm starting to push people towards the websites as opposed to social media or really anywhere else. You can watch the video if you're at your desk or if you're at home. You can watch video on Discord. You can watch video at mastiff.media. If you're driving, shout out to Carlos, who's on his way to Miami. You can listen on yergs.radio, forward.radio, righttalk.radio, and rainbowradio.gay. You can actually, there's a URL, rainbow.radio also, but it's for the LGBT community, so we like to use the .gay for marketing purposes. World War III. I told you this was happening. I told you it was going to happen. I said this a year ago. Blake Fisher said it wasn't. I was wrong. I was overreacting. Whatever it was he said. Always helps to unmute yourself when you go into your Twitter Spaces feed or whatever they call it, your space, whatever. But I said this was going to happen. Look at the major military events, the wars that were going on at that time. A year ago, we still had Syria in a civil war. Bashar al-Assad was backed by Russia. We, with the exception of Tulsi Gabbard, were backing the rebels. Two international big powers, two world powers backing opposing sides of that war. There was Russia and Ukraine. So there's one of those big powers already in a fight of their own that they started for the second time in less than 10 years. We were backing, still are, as best as we can tell, backing Ukraine. Okay? Then there was Israel and Palestine, Hamas, Gaza, wherever, whoever. We were backing Israel, except some students with the courage to speak out, backing Palestine. Some of them were Jewish. Well, why would they do that? Well, maybe it's because, and again today, 59 more people killed by Israeli tanks in Gaza, trying to get food. Tell me how Bibi ain't a war criminal. These are people, civilians, not soldiers. Now, within the recent weeks, and by the way, Hamas, backed by Iran, Houthi rebels, etc. Now, Iran is in on it. And are fighting Israel. So Israel is active. Wow, that was my dog. Shady, let him go. You okay, buddy? So Israel has two opposing sides. Hamas and Palestine and everybody in that color of skin. And Iran being the other. And of course, Iran is also backed by China and Russia, among some probable others. Shady. I have this. She's about, I think like next week, she turns 1. I got to check what the actual date is. We don't know her real birth date. And we know it's like the end of June. So I've come up with halfway between my mom's, which was Sunday, and my dad's, which is July 8th. It's going to be like the 20-something, 27th, I think, is what we're going to go with. So she's still a puppy. Matrix on the other side is 9 years old and is not a puppy. But he's an amazing big brother. Tell her. She's being a little bitch. Literally. But here is something that a friend of mine pointed out. showed me an article I'll dig up when we actually talk about it on the World War III section. The MO of Ukraine and their successful attacks on Russia was with delivery trucks filled with drones that were shipped into the country. Guess how some of the attacks happened in Iran? Oh, gigs up. Who's the common denominator between both of those? Hello. We are. So because of all this, Trump leaves the G7 early, much to the dismay of everybody else there. Hopefully you can sense my sarcasm because I'm spreading that on pretty thick. He also ramped up ICE raids, and to accomplish that goal, has added the assistance of IRS agents to ICE for purposes of enlarging the various task forces around the country fulfilling deportation. If you have a restaurant, hotel, or farm, now is the time to hire, because apparently they're not going to go there. It can't be much longer before they also add construction sites back to that mix. You know what happened in Minnesota? And now, of course, there's conspiracy theories popping up about that too, to include that Minnesota governor, a Democrat, mind you, Mike Waltz, remember him from last year's election as Kamala Harris's running mate. He's the one behind this long list of Democrats getting whacked. And keep in mind, not only is he a Democrat, but he's on the list. That's how far these people are reaching. I guess the bigger the lie, the more people will believe it. Right, Hitler? And speaking of Hitler, I've been saying this too. I've been calling, and I don't just call people a fascist, contrary to what Blake Fisher always said about me. I don't just call people fascists that I disagree with. I'm fairly certain some of you I will disagree with, or will disagree with me, or we will disagree with each other. That doesn't mean you're a fascist or that I am. In fact, the very concept of each of us allowing the other to have their opinion is what democracy is all about. Well, ask those students that I mentioned, some of whom are still in custody simply for disagreeing with the fat one, the orange one. Trumpety dump. So that's what's happening. Don't forget that this 2-hour radio show gets broken up into smaller segments for the RSS feed. The RSS feed is a podcast. That's how various directories get each episode through something called an RSS feed. Websites have URLs, podcasts have RSS feeds, online radio stations have streaming URLs, so on. Again, don't forget to bookmark your preferred website, whether it's mastiff.media, any of the stations, Discord, Twitter. On Twitter, we are on the account Up the Middle. Now, because of that being the baseball saying that I chose it for, you actually want to go to the call sign up middle Yergs. All one word with the at thing at the front, I suppose. However, you would search on Twitter for our profile, our show's profile. You'll see the red, white, and blue flag and background and my face on it, slightly resembling more this haircut than the one you saw last week. Although I do have some longer bangs in that photo, and a broader chest, and a slimmer waist. I'm wearing 38s today, and they're tight. Remember yesterday or last week? I forget which. Jane and I were talking about the fact that I was losing weight, or trying to, and that I was back into 36s. Well, I was. Whatever 36s I was in, however, must have a relaxed fit, and therefore perhaps some sort of stretchable waistband. Because I'm in 38s right now. They're tight. I might just drop trow and go with a no pants Tuesday. So let me take a break. I'm going to turn it this way if I got to be like this. Let me take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about World War III. And I'm going to get to say one more time that I told you so. This is Up the Middle on the Mastiff Media Network. We'll be back right after this. Hey gang, my name's Yergs. I'm the CEO of the Yerger Group and Mastiff Media. We're partnering with Dare Media of Australia and are looking for new content. Do you have a podcast? Or maybe a live stream? Does it have a positive message? Is it about sports? Is it political? Is it news coverage? Is it for the LGBT community? Or is it even music? Don't forget, we're partnering with Dare Media of Australia. So not only could your program be heard on our stations here in the United States, but also in Australia. So if that's you, send us an email on air at yergsradio.com. That's on air at yergsradio.com. The yergs.radio URL does not have email. On air at yergsradio.com. And let's get you on air. What are you doing later? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to the gym. But not just any gym. Momentum Fitness and Wellness. Walk right up to the door. There's a QR code on the door. You can sign up right there. You've got no excuse. But not only that, their equipment is amazing. It's kept up well. It's expanded. There's stretching area. There's CrossFit. There's hardcore training. A dedicated area for stretching. Dunk tanks. Sauna. Everything you need to get that Hernando beach body or keep your Clearwater beach body. You can train with your shirt off. You can scream. You can yell. And you won't be intimidated either. Go to Momentum Fitness and Wellness on US 19 in Bayonet Point, Jasmine Estates. Build the momentum at Momentum Fitness and Wellness.
You've changed. You know that?
Yes, I suppose I have. How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here!